Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Club Robina. This is Bruce Kirk, and we've got Kevin Hickman with me again today, and we are at the World Singles Champion of Champions being played here at Club Robina, and we thank them very much. And what a game we have this morning. But before we do that, we would be very, very remiss if we did not announce that it is a very special day. It's Robbie Allen's birthday today, ladies and gentlemen out there. All gifts can be sent to my address, and I'll pass them on to him. And I'll give you my address later. Preferably checks would be wonderful. Thank you. But we've got a great game ahead of us. Karen Murphy from Australia, Selina Goddard from New Zealand, and Kevin, it's going to be a cracker.
Sure is, and I endorse that happy birthday to Robbie. He told me that there'll be a bar tab up there later on, apparently, as we see this bowl of Selina Goddard's just rest on the Karen Murphy, asking the question, is Murphy a vital game this? And this, it's fair to say, Bruce, that these are two high-quality players. What can one say about Karen Murphy? She's done everything. She's won everything. Selina Goddard last year in the final of the Somerset New Zealand singles, she defeated Taylor Bruce in the final 21-20.
Right.
As we watch this Murphy bowl just fall low in that cluster of four. Yes, she beat Taylor 21-20, which I had the pleasure of covering in a really tight encounter at the Nationals. Of course, won a number of New Zealand titles in pairs and fours, and was part of the bronze medal winning fours side in the World Champions just completed, of course. Plays out of the Takapuna Club on the North Shore, and I know this morning from my post last night there's a number of New Zealanders at home who are watching this clash, and it's such an important clash as well, I think, Bruce, for going forward into the last day, because both of these players have had a loss. Interesting, I looked on the board last night that Selina Goddard actually heads the table on sets differential, right. Whatever. And of course, let's not forget the American player who has also lost a game but has beaten both of these players. That's
Ann Nunes. We've got her in our third game today. She's been playing some beautiful bowls.
Well, to put on your CV in an event like this that you've defeated both Karen Murphy and Selina Goddard, ironically, both of the matches of those two victories came with the last bowl. In both of the matches. So, a very good player and enjoyable to watch. But isn't it, you look at this very opening head here, Bruce, it just shows the quality that these players bring, doesn't it? You know, we've got 4, 6, 7 bowls all clustered around the jack as Murphy's coming down trying to get a touch trail on the jack. She's close to it. Look at this from the champion.
Now, did she move that far enough to bring the bottom right into the bowl at 5 o'clock into account? Maybe not.
Definitely two, isn't there?
Oh, there are definitely two there, yep.
Well, that's the quality that we're going to see from both of these players. We're in for a really high standard match in this important qualifying game. Of course, 3 sets, as we know, of 5 ends.
And Mary, good morning, Bruce. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Richie. She says, I meant to press Robbie. She must have it preset, and she pressed Richie. So not only is it Robbie's birthday, on his we won't say how old he is, but it's between 64 and
I know the number. I'll say this: he qualifies for a New Zealand pension.
Yeah, good on him. So we just changed his name to Richie. Mary.
So, good to see you. Thanks, Brendan Walton at Bowls Auckland. They're watching at the big screen up in the Auckland Bowls office this morning, or Bowls Auckland office, and they're watching this match between these the Trans-Tasman battle.
And Sandra Brust, hi, and hello from Swindon, Khalila Hussain. So that was 2 to Karen on the first end, and Karen had a I think it was Ann Nunes beat her yesterday on the last bowl, 3-2 on the last bowl. Yeah,
And it was, and she played Selina Goddard as well up the top green there, drove the jack into the ditch, because Karen, with her role at Bowls Australia, hasn't played a lot of bowls. But we all know what a champion that she is, and a couple of days getting into her work. And I suppose for some of the players who have played in the World Bowls, it's a tough gig, isn't it? Coming off, playing right through in the World Bowls, and then playing here as we watch this Goddard bowl now breaking towards the jack in the centre line, doesn't quite get a touch on it, will be shot.
but you've got Karen, who's played over 600 games for Australia. She's probably not going to forget how to play. But then again, you don't want to get like the old boxing term, ring rust.
No, you don't.
You haven't had a fight for ages, and you get a bit rusty. And practice makes perfect, as they say, and as Karen would agree. You just keep playing, and you do get better.
She's Karen, as we well know, like my partner, Marlene Castle. This shows how long things go back. Karen and Marlene had huge battles in the Trans-Tasman matches over many, many years, when Karen was, let's say, a youngster coming into the international scene. As you watch this bowler, Selina Goddard's coming down towards the jack now, gets a touch on it, would make two, I would say.
So that's pushed it back far enough, I would suggest, yep.
I think we might see Karen now change her hand, try and play with a yard of weight down underneath her green bowl, get to the jack. She's got a bowl over there in the catching pen.
Rodney Greeny, and who we got? Tiger Robinson from over at Pontypool in Wales.
Well, Rodney Greeny, good luck in the weekend, mate. I know you'll be down at Oamawa at the Rusty McDonald Memorial Piers, and for all those playing in that, a memorial of a great guy that left us far too early. Annie, his wife and son, have got this tournament they've put on, and it's a very prestigious event.
No, lovely. Good luck to you all over there.
Notice here, though, Bruce, that Karen is staying on that forehand side. She must think that she can get a touch to the bowl. And it breaks towards the head now. Will it get past? No, it won't.
No.
I thought she'd play through that shot bowl. So the door's left slightly ajar here for Selina Goddard with her last bowl to draw another shot. G'day, Trevor Pascoe, who, of course, the Pascoes were over here in force at the World Bowls Championships with Lance playing in the blackjack side. So hope you enjoy this coverage of this New Zealand-Australia very important clash in the World Champion and Champion singles. We see this bowler, Selina Goddard, from the Takapuna Club. It's going to come up short.
Oh, he wants to be. No, didn't quite make it there. I see there Anne Lill from is watching from Dunedin in Nice Zealand. I don't know if it's a spelling error or whether she's having Nice Zealand.
Well, one thing, Bruce, since I've been over here for the last 3 weeks, I deliberately haven't looked at the New Zealand weather maps. I've been quite happy just here.
Yeah, my little sister-in-law is going off on a cruise shortly. She's going and doing that one that goes into every town in New Zealand, I think, on the coast. It just goes around North and South Island and goes from Sydney to Auckland and then works its way around and just pops in North and South Island ports. And she's really looking forward to it.
That question you asked, Ray, about how the players have taken to the new format, I think the first day there was a bit of wonderment, really. I think the big lesson is that it was playing this five end shootout. Literally, you call it, Ray, is if you haven't got the shot, make sure you've got second shot.
Yeah,
that's the key to it. And as Bruce and I saw yesterday, numerous games whereby you saw a complete change from the first set to the second set, didn't you?
Oh yeah, well we had a 10-3. Was it 10-3 in the first and then lost 6-0
6
in the second? Yeah.
So, Yeah, they got the Irishman playing,
Adam.
Adam McEwen playing Stanley Tafatu of Niue, 10-3, 0-6, 7-3. So it changes considerably. Karen Murphy drawing the shot on the forehand side. Goddard with her second bowl, all locked up at 2 apiece as we play in 3 of 5. And Selina needs to fall in and does so and rest just inside the Karen Murphy bowl and will make shot of it. I see Selina's parents here from New Zealand and her coach Graham Doreen from the Takapuna Club, who was part of the coaching team of the Japanese side at the champions. He stayed on. Good bowl here from Karen, getting right back to the centre line, but it'll be the front bowl of Selina Goddard that holds shots. See, we're already playing in 3 or 5.
That's right, yeah.
Just go. Snap, crackle, pop. It's all over.
Brian Chalklin, watching from Kent in England. Peter Williams from Mexico's back on this morning. Hi, and Leon up at Yandina, up the sunny coast. What a lovely place Yandina is. Yeah.
Oh, but lucky there, Selina Goddard. If she underdid a green slightly, and if she got a turn onto that back bowl of Karen Murphy's, which she all but did, may well have turned it into shot. So Trevor Pascoe, who was on before from Greymouth, lovely part of the country on the west coast of New Zealand, where the coal and gold. Selina needs to please Selina, and Karen Murphy just goes by.
Well, Selina holding there, just the one at the moment. Karen's got a couple of good catches at the back there if she can get it and pick the jack up and take it back.
You'd think, Bruce, that Selina's aim really would be to get to that blue line or just inside that blue line, just slightly over the head, wouldn't it, just to negate that trail that's sitting there right for Karen. She only just slid in between the shot bowl and the jack, so she was pretty close to getting that target. So really, at 2 apiece, a bowl behind the head is paramount for Selina Goddard. Karen Murphy's got a chance of a 3 on the trail. And you the right spot there with your finger there.
Yeah, but it's
not going to. Oh, this opens the door big time for Karen Murphy now. Yeah, the fatal mistake of falling short, and there's 2 bowls to work there really as well, Bruce, on the trail for Karen Murphy, isn't there?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's. Does she try to pick it up by going through the 2 white bowls, or does she come around that wing bowl and try and pick it up? Because if she took it across far enough to the left of screen, there's a chance to pick up 4 there.
Correct.
Which way it goes.
I feel the target is just on the inside of that bowl, that short bowl out on the right of the head of Selina Goddard's. With just a yard of weight, I think that's the perfect line through for the Queen of the Green, Karen Murphy, to...
Well, we do have at home, or in Robbie's, in the van there, Robbie's got one of those telemarkers where you can put on
the screen
and move it. Then, but he won't set it up because he thinks Brian and I will play hangman or noughts and crosses. So.
Well, interesting. Karen's going for that wider side of the option, which
start to turn in, Keith, and no, just running behind.
Well. Personally, Bruce, that was a weird of a let-off for Selina Goddard, really.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't right. Because that head was sitting up.
That was set up to come under that wing bowl and take it back. Yeah. So 1 to Selina. Well done.
So now, 3-2 as we play in 4 of 5. So the Takapuna club that Selina plays for is a club, a very strong club on the North Harbour. Used to be part of Bowls Auckland. At a number of years ago, they set up their own centre over on the North Shore, and Takapuna, one of the stronger clubs, and it's where Brett O'Reilly, of course, is a part of the World Bowls Board. That's his club that he plays at.
I was over there. I went over for a Premier League number of years ago. would have been 6, 7 years, probably about that. Went over with the board of Helensvale, Club Helensvale. We went over there to Auckland, and I was trying to remember the name of the club that they played the Premier League at, and I looked it up on Google bowls clubs in Auckland. I just couldn't remember the name of it. But geez, we had a wonderful time there, and busy schedule, but we had a great time over there.
So first bowl of Selina Goddard just in behind the jack, finishing about 7 o'clock as we play in 4 or 5. This bowler, Karen Murphy, she's coaxing it all the way up the green and will make shot.
Yeah, pulled up nicely.
And of course, Karen's here, husband Paul is here, and Karen's mother is she's here watching as well.
I saw him. How did I see Mum before?
She was sitting on the turn, the Murphy bowl over, and will make shot of it. Karen Murphy close here again to the jack as it arcs its way now towards the centre line, and the jack, yes, lovely. It touched. So we've seen one of those heads again, Bruce, haven't we, where they're really tight on the jack. There's 3 bowls sitting there tight on the jack, one just behind. I see there Graham Doreen, Selina's coach, just in behind. Here she is on the forehand, playing with a wee bit of an aggression to try and... Well, I thought she was going to play right through the yard of weight, but by goodness, no. Well, no.
No. Oh, goodness me. How unlucky is that? It just rocked it out and fell the wrong way. Yeah, that is probably right, yeah. I just was there a minute ago and I could come back off. Someone said it was at Sunnybray, the BPL.
May well have been Sunnybray over on the North Shore. They've got 3 greens here, 2 greens. It's one of the newer clubs, in fact, on the shore and behind the YMCA. And a few years ago was a very, very well, it's still an active club, but they're a real go-getter club.
Okay.
Yep. Over there on the North Shore.
It rings a bell, Robin.
So Murphy again.
Welcome aboard, Malcolm.
Trying to get to the Dorset. Goddard bowl, turn it through their head.
Rocket.
That's a magnificent bowl.
Yeah, did he? Yes, she did. It looks like she may have rolled that out sufficient
for 3
to bring
shots.
That back one, or the front one, I should say, into account. Yes, it is. Yep, that's 3 shots. Yeah, well played.
Well, the great thing of how Karen Murphy has played that particular head, there's your target area you can see right in front of you, Bruce. There's nothing to work off, is there?
Not a thing, no.
And if you want to drive it, it's a 1-bowl target. Flick your own bowl out of the head, I can guarantee you're going to be 4 down, and this is, as we spoke about yesterday, the numbers that you can't drop, aren't they?
Yeah.
My view here, my thoughts, try and get second shot. I know it's difficult, I know it's hard, but what are your percentages?
Well, that's what we spoke about yesterday, Kevin. Is that here we are, N4, 3-2. If here's a 3 coming in, it was up to Selina. I mean, she could invariably come in, crack an egg on that shot bowl and pop it out to the right hand side. But a 3 here in the context opens up that gap.
Well, it was a great attempt.
Yeah, great effort.
Great attempt. It was just a fraction over draw weight. Just get a little tap on it, as you rightly said, Bruce. That jack would have just gone out to the side. Now we're going to see going into the last end of the 5th set that Karen Murphy is going to have she's going to have a 2-shot advantage, at least a 2-shot advantage.
Well, that's right.
Last hit.
Is she coming? Yes, she is backhand by the look of this, because she can ill afford to.
Doesn't want to tap.
No, she's coming forehand. Yeah, she's probably. There's a bit of space there, and her capability, she could draw that straight in without even going near the jack, the shot bowl.
Well, definitely out on the wider, safer side, isn't it? As Murphy breaks in towards the head. Here, well, what we spoke about, no, we'll just drift by. Will it still count? Yes, it will. I'm just looking out the window here. I'm pretty sure the closest bowl that Selina's got. No, I'm pretty sure that'll be
the
full.
right-hand side, yeah. 1, 2. Is that touching, or you've got to take it without it moving the jack? Yep, fine. And this is a big. This bowl is, in the context of the game, is a big bowl. If she's got the 4,
6-3.
Yeah,
last end.
Oh, that's right.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a full deck.
Yes, there we go.
We didn't see. We remarked yesterday that we didn't see. Well, we might have seen a couple, but very, very few, didn't we?
Oh, big numbers. Yeah, very, very few. Yep.
And to be fair to Selina Goddard there, she did try to play the right shot to either make contact or get second shot, and she was only one bowl away from
one roll and
of getting that
and had
target.
she been a little bit narrower and popped it, she could have had the shot.
Yeah, it certainly was. Delia, it was it was 4 great bowls really played by Karen Murphy and Bev Hetherington from NZ. Great to have you on board watching. Hello, Sue, how are you? From Tauranga. There's not many matches at Sue Hodges. There's not many of the live stream games that are undertaken by you guys here and in Bowls New Zealand. Sue from Tauranga. She loves watching her bowls. Trust all as well.
Yeah, I like Tauranga, but I'm never going back there because the last time I was there was at a football tour in 1969 and they beat the pants off us. Absolutely thrashed us over there. We went over in 69 on a schoolboys tour. We played Tauranga, Auckland Grammar and Hamilton High. And the scores just kept getting bigger.
I was going to say, you picked a pretty challenging lot to play.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Auckland Grammar, I think. Auckland Grammar and Christchurch Boys College, I think they hold the record for the most number of All Blacks that have come out of the respective schools. And Hamilton Boys, they have won of recent years, they've won the
lovely bowl, Kaz.
Sitting on the. So, and then of course you also played Tauranga.
Yeah,
they're right up there as well.
Yeah. See, we weren't to know that the 15 players on the field at that time were going to grow up to become All Blacks. They didn't tell us that.
Yeah, a lot of them would have.
But geez, we had a good trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. Most enjoyable.
It's a lovely part of the country, Tauranga.
Yeah.
It's a sunny part of the country over at Mount Maunganui.
Mind you, I did go to Hamilton. Someone said, have you been to Hamilton? I said, best ice cream I've ever had in my life was at a milk bar in Hamilton. It was nice. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure from some of the knocking that Hamilton gets on people, I'm sure the people of Hamilton would be delighted.
Oh, yeah, we were on a bus tour. We came in on Auckland in a cruise ship, and we went down to Rotorua and did the whole touristy thing. And on the way back, and we ended up stopping at a milk bar at Hamilton. And it was one of the nicest ice creams I've ever had in my life.
There you go, all you people in Hamilton.
There you go. And I hate to tell you that was 1974. So,
well, the ice cream shop's more than still there.
They're probably still there. Yeah, good on them.
This is a great display from Karen Murphy.
Lovely bowls,
This
Karen.
is what we've seen for so many years in the international arena. 2 bowls locked right on top of the jack, and that just, well, this end's gone, this set's gone, one could say, but it's... Karen Murphy's one of those players. Selina trying to get to the jack's going to be under the line slightly. It needed to be through the bowl. But I think we're seeing, Bruce, the class that Karen Murphy's got. But also, as we've seen right throughout, things can change so quickly in the second set, can't they? They can just change... Yeah, what a superstar is Karen Murphy. Yeah, she's. I'm pleased you're enjoying it, Tracy. She certainly is. I think any lover of the sport of lawn bowls would openly and acknowledge how good Karen Murphy has been over so many years as a player, and what she does for the sport as well.
That's right. One of my favourite players, along with Linny. Linny Clark.
Well, another great ambassador for the sport as well, isn't she? And how delighted was Lynn on whatever day it was when they won that women's triples.
The triples,
The sheer
very
delight
pleasing for her.
that she showed was great to see, and what a way to bow out.
Oh, that's right. There's a photo that they showed of Linny in her little bowling outfit as an 11-year-old at Helensvale. This tiny little, I can remember when she came there. And I'd been at the club for a couple of years when Linny arrived as a playing there with Teresa, her mum, and Gordy, her dad.
Karen Murphy giving us the wave of acknowledgement through the window. And I don't know whether you saw the photo, Bruce, but I put up a photo during the World Polls of Taylor Bruce and Kelsey Cottrell.
Oh yeah, yep.
So Taylor Bruce is a 13-year-old, coaxed by her mother and father with some fish and chips, went along to the greens at Burnside where the World Championships were being played. And of course Kelsey is, I think at that stage, an 18-year-old, was playing for Australia. Taylor Bruce started watching Kelsey Cottrell, following Kelsey Cottrell, and that was the start of Taylor Bruce's love of bowls.
Yep.
And her mother sent me the photo during the World Champs of when they met as Taylor, as a youngster. And funny, well, not funny enough, the latter years on the drive as Goddard, that's going to be wide of the target.
Very wide. Yep.
You could see out of the hand that was always going to miss the target area. And they played one another in a final of the New Zealand singles when they went over there. The family, of course, New Zealand born, is the Australian star, and so they go back quite some time as just like with Karen Murphy, that she was the Kelsey Cottrell was the idol of Taylor Bruce.
But there's been a lot of Kiwis that born over there, come over to Australia. You've got some real thorough champions. You've got Kelsey Cottrell was born over there. You got Farlap. You got Robbie Allen here.
Yes.
Born in New Zealand, comes over here to play bowls. Pennant champion.
I'm coming to watch him on Sunday up here. Actually,
yes, am I?
Yes, I'm coming up on Sunday. I don't. I'll make a phone call, Robbie. We'll make sure you're in the team.
It'll be out by lunchtime. I spoke to Chris Lalive last night. It'll be out by lunchtime. He had to clarify a couple of things. But I've got a choice either coming here and watching the pennants or going out to lunch with my wife and 4 of her girlfriends.
I'm not going to say anything.
I tell you what, I'll be at bowls and that's it. Rest assured, that's where I'll be.
Well, that might be the case, Chris, but she wasn't going to get 4 shots.
Hey, Jimmy, welcome aboard, buddy. James Reynolds.
So, Selina Goddard now needs, of course, this second set.
Ooh, needed to be flattened. And we're watching from Randburg over in South Africa, Evan Strugnell.
Yeah, it's a good comment, Roger. Trust all well. That's part of the great things about this sport. People, come from everywhere. We saw, what was the gentleman's name yesterday? Toucher from Murphy, the guy playing for Spain, and it's
yeah. Terry. Terry Morgan. A very common Spanish name.
The important thing here for Selina Goddard is that she doesn't let this early stage get away. She's got the jack around the corner. It's a sort of confident shot that she sort of needs going into that second set, Bruce, isn't it? Because, as we know, how the game can change so quickly.
Too right. Yeah, yep.
What's also interesting watching here is, despite what it may look like, Karen's just comfortable on one hand.
Yeah.
And that shows her confidence, doesn't it, on that hand as she breaks down towards her own green bowl.
There's a gap there.
Trying to get through the gap and just got it. She was only centimetres away from getting a good result there. Yeah, it was, Ryan, a great shot, no question about that. Nice to hear it's fine in Melbourne.
Carla, hello, Carla. Good to see you. I saw you up in Mackay. Good to catch up with you there, you and Mum.
So needs to get past this bowl of her own to Selina Goddard. Karen Murphy coming to have a look. Well, I'm not going to try and predict that Murphy's going to change her hand and try
I
and
was
play
just about
down
to say
the
the same thing. Yeah.
I don't know whether she'll... one of the things about Karen Murphy that I've always admired over the years, she doesn't like playing shots where she's got to play under bowls because she's such a natural arc draw player.
Yep.
That she's not a player to try and find, I'll say, a short way to the jack.
Yep.
But she would like play with weight through that front bowl, which is counting now, which if it doesn't get to the jack would certainly, you'd think, give her a shot.
Well, I'm going to pick a backhand because just by virtue of the fact there...
She can get to her own bowl, can't she?
She can get to her own bowl there because I'm not too sure whether she could get between those two. Oh, no, she's having it again. She's going to try and come between those two green bowls and just, well, look, even if she rocks that
or roll her
white
own
bowl out and split. Yep. Well, she's going to rock hers in.
Under the head.
She's underneath, yeah.
So definitely two with a bowl to come here on this, the first end of the second set. And I suppose Bruce playing a player like Karen Murphy, she's got that many shots in the armoury, hasn't she?
Yeah.
That you don't really know what's coming next.
That's
do you?
right.
You know, where do I go? Where do I put them?
Yeah, she... and she wouldn't dwell on past,
No.
trying to remember shots that
No.
she's played previously. She plays them as she sees them. There they are there. What have I got to do in this case? And
So Goddard here needs to get to her own bowl, just out on the side of the head. Draws inside that, so gets a turn on the bowl. Could score a 3, and that looks to be well wide of where it needs to be. It's drawing back, but won't draw inside. I don't think enough to get the shot. Needs to be clean under that bowl. Falls in. No, I still think the front bowl would be the third shot. We'll see in but a moment. Two have been taken out. Out comes the tape. Robbie, do you get tickets at Ticketek for Sunday or? We're just checking on the corporate prices, on the corporate boxes prices to come up here on Sunday to watch the final.
well, see, problem we've got there is I don't know. 3 to
It was 3
to Selina. Well done,
that
Selina.
That last bowl from Selina's
just got
actually
in.
on the tape got in. It didn't look like it from our angle, but clearly on the tape, that's what you need on the first end.
Yeah.
And to come back to get the set back.
With a birthday today, Robbie, is there any age limit on the game for Sunday? Oh, he won't. No, it's Sunday, so he doesn't have to be at the pension office. It's not till Monday.
But the big thing for Robbie is, and he's feeling it now because he knows very well if he was in New Zealand, he'd get a birthday. He'd get a golden egg would arrive today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Christine Sibley. Christine's another one of the great followers of the bowls activity around everywhere. She's always online watching the bowls.
James Johnson.
Yeah, it was a good
from Scotland.
It was good for Selina to get that 3, but you don't want to do with your first bowl though is under green or underweight like this bowl of Selina's against a player like Karen Murphy. It's sort of like opening the door straight away, Bruce, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Well, James is from Scotland. He owns Scottish Rail. Hey, James. He's the boss of Scottish Rail.
Oh, well, here's a sight you don't see very often. Karen Murphy under green and is light of weight. You don't see that very often. Yeah, hi, Christine. And you can be assured, Christine, that I am enjoying my time over here on the Gold Coast, but I'm looking forward to getting back to Auckland and following in my role at Bowls Auckland of following all of the Auckland Bowls players' activities throughout the season.
When we came to Auckland...
Hello, that's Crystal Lee's mother who's just put that post in.
Oh, right.
Yeah, hard day at the office, Susan, that's right, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it in the sunshine. I hope you're a good man. You enjoyed your trip over here for following Chris in the World Bowls. And just to let you know, I will be up here at this particular club again on Sunday, watching Chris in action in the pennant final as we see this bowl of Karen Murphy's. Has it got the weight to get all the way down? No, it hasn't.
I saw Chris last night at the Premier League meeting. He was there representing Musgrave Hill.
Back into work.
Yeah, send him back to work now. Yeah. But I was saying that I came over there with my son and my daughter-in-law and to Auckland. He had a conference. He had quite a large church in Auckland, and we decided to stay. We went to a place. Now I hope I pronounce it right. Ariwa.
Yes.
Ariwa. What a beautiful little spot on the coast that was.
Nice spot, isn't it?
God, it was lovely. And Andrew had the car, so he drove down to the church and we just hung around the beaches and did what we had to do in New Zealand. It was beautiful.
That'd be. One would think that would be the shot, that bowl of the marker having a look.
Yeah, it's difficult. I first thing, wonder Karen. The only reason I favour that, I try to look at the distance between the line and the bowl, if they're both short, and it would appear that the distance is shorter to Karen's bowl there.
So, Brendan Walton, are you telling me, as an employee of Bowls Auckland and myself as patron of Bowls Auckland, those are a couple of events that I've got to put my face into to say hello next week, is it? But I'll be back by then, Brendan. Yeah, it certainly will be. Yeah, I think you're right, Bruce. You need to get in front of her own bowl or run into her own bowl here. There's Goddard, and by goodness, she's going to do just that, and that'll flick it. Well, would it make
that falls out? Yeah, if that falls out.
So
I'm just watching the market. Yeah, so it is.
It is the Jack. So the Jack level bowl also counts. So that was well played. That was good weight control to the shot bowl. Well, to the second shot bowl. Turned it into shot and stayed there long enough to get the two shots. Karen Murphy now from having a good look. Having a good look at the head in this all-important section play match. No, you won't have to do that, Brendan. No.
Steve Byrne watching in St Kilda Bowling Club in Dunedin. And,
Mary Foster from May and Mel.
Hey, yeah.
Wishing Robbie.
Mary and Mel over in Canada. Hello, Mary. Mary is... we were having a bit of a joke there. We were going to put in a five-a-side team and we're going to have Mary play all disciplines. So there was Robbie, Brian, myself and Mary, and we were looking for a fifth player for the five-a-side, but we thought, no, Mary can play all disciplines.
So here is Karen Murphy. Of course, Goddard picked up a 3 on the first end of this second set, holding 2 shots. Karen Murphy playing down on that backhand side, trying to get inside. What is the counting
She
bowl?
needs to turn now.
How's this bowl look? How does this bowl look? How's this bowl?
Great.
Have a look at
Karen Murphy. Gee,
Well, do you see much better than that?
she's doing it as if she's played 600 games.
Well, to draw past that front bowl and draw to the jack, that's one of the great draw shots that you'd see.
Yeah.
Robbie, I'm sure. Yeah, you'd see that one on replay numerous times, drawing between two bowls and drawing centimetres to the jack. Absolute brilliant and class. I agree with you, Yvonne. Here it is again. Look at that around the front bowl.
Yeah, lovely bowl. Well done, Kaz.
Well, again, if you talk about the tactics of this set play, it made she could have been then 5-0 down.
Oh, yeah. And go back and watch, if the viewers go and watch, she was at the head, she looked, she did a finger measure on the bowls and had a look around and then she stepped up towards the mat but looked back at the head and had thoughts to herself, and she thought, I could probably come that hand and get that shot, which she did.
And here she straight away now. This is such a difference. She's won the mat, 2 metres.
Yep.
And sure, you're leading 3-1. You're playing the third set. You've lost the first set. You psychologically now you've got to score, don't you?
Oh, too right.
Because the lady in the green and yellow, she's coming hard at you. Yeah, Mary, it was a great bowl. Trying hard here is Goddard, but not going to have the weight to get down to the jack, and it's imperative. It's sort of the difficulty that bowl creates now for Selina Goddard on that particular hand certainly restricts her vision line. You can see it there on your screen, Bruce, and it just makes it harder, and thus giving Murphy a free run on the ditch side, and she's taken that.
Yeah, probably. I was going to say it's pulling up short, but it's probably pulled up in a good position. She doesn't want it to come across and make a target. So she's got 2, and there is there's to take that shot bowl out, you need a bit of weight there behind it.
This is 4 straight away for Selina Goddard to go now.
To change. Yeah.
Had to change. And she will more than likely clip the Murphy bowl here. This is it. Well,
oh dear.
If she hadn't clipped the Karen Murphy bowl, she was heading for the jack, wasn't she? She wasn't far away.
Too right.
She was right on it. Just got a touch on that bowl, that front bowl of Karen Murphy's. But now it becomes this third bowl of Selina. Oh, you see that bowl of Murphy's kick out then?
Yeah.
It was coming on that line, and it really kicked out. And you see the body language from Karen.
She's saying, "Hey, that went out to the right."
Definitely kicked out. Asking, is she 1 or 2 down? The difficulty here for Selina Goddard is she can't waste any bowls.
No, and I think she's just got to play the bowl. She's got to play the same bowl she played for her second.
Well,
because that green bowl has been moved out of the way of the nick, and in it comes and
needs to stop to get second shot.
Yep.
And may well be
there, Kevin. Yeah. Yep.
If it is, it does allow her the opportunity to attack on the other hand to the shot bowl if it's second shot.
Karen should have played singles in World Cup. You mean the World Championships? I'm not too sure whether you mean the one that we played last week.
Oh, doesn't want to flick the
don't want to flick it. Don't want to flick it, but you want to sit that. Oh, bad luck.
Well, we'll see now. Selina Goddard coming to have a look and see whether the market can we see whether she's indicated 1 or 2, because where it's 2, it's a different shot. If it's 1, I'm picking she can play down with a lot of weight underneath her own bowl, get to the green bowl and make shot of it. I don't know whether Robbie can see from there. Oh, I'm looking out the window now. That could well still be to Robbie.
Well, Selina's going to have a A bit of a finger measure just to make sure. Warwick, you mentioned there about the World Cup. I presume you mean the World Championships last week. They're different selection criteria. For the World Championships, it's Australian selectors pick the team, and whereas this one here is based on winning your singles championship in your country.
Of course, Karen Murphy is one of those selectors.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And it's interesting with Karen and Ellen Ryan. She's sort of been a mentor to Ellen Ryan all the way through from a young girl from down country, and Karen's sort of taken her under her wing. And she is the current Commonwealth Games gold medalist, correct?
Yes, and I love watching Ellen play. She's got a beautiful delivery.
Yeah, here's Goddard right in front of us here, trying to get down to the shot. Well, yeah, needs to be. No, he's not going to get the shot. I just wonder whether that may well make second shot. I'm not sure.
No, I fancy too to. He's taking. He's going to have a measure on that. I fancy Karen's bowl.
Must have been two down with the shot selection, I think, Bruce.
I'd say, well, she's probably done a finger measure and she's played it as if she's down.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, well,
no.
Well, on that basis, it surprised me the weight that Selina Goddard played to try and get to the shot bowl, because she did have a scoring chance deep down towards the ditch to get to the play with weight to get down underneath it, get to the shot bowl. Not to be, though. 3-2. And, of course, we now run for Selina Goddard. We're running out of ends to win the set.
Well, that's right.
She's got to score this end.
Yes. Why? Cottrell is... Nige, it's all subjective, but it's also... we don't get into discussions on selections and why someone's in a team and not... because I can recall, probably 12 months ago, we discussing someone and we copped a hammering just by voicing an opinion.
Yeah.
So we now don't voice an opinion.
but we can talk about Robbie being selected in the Musgrave Hill.
Well, we've got to wait for the team to be announced before we get the balloons to festoon the clubhouse here and.
Great opening
Karen,
ball
lovely ball.
by Karen Murphy. Yep. Just caresses the jack, moves it just ever so slightly off the centre line.
Yeah, he's going to be surprised when Brian Marshall jumps out of the cake at lunchtime.
So Goddard trying to get to... Not quite having the same weight as Karen Murphy, just dropping a slight bit of weight.
Yes, good point, Barry. She has retired from international bowls, but this is based on winning the singles for the country.
So how it works here, Karen would have won, obviously, her club singles.
Yeah, where's she? Cabramatta, isn't she?
Cabramatta,
she would have won that.
And then does it go to district?
It'd probably go to district. I don't know how it works down in New South Wales, whether it's zone, but then it would go to state, and then national.
So you won a lot of games to get to here, haven't you?
Oh yeah,
that's
You've played some good footy. Yeah, too right. Phil means, Phil, sorry, mate, I want to be a big cake.
So, Selina here, still leading 3-2 in the second set. Karen Murphy holding the shot. Will it hold on long enough, this bowl on the jack touch?
Oh, just jammed it, yeah. Stevie Borthwick, I'm just trying to find, well, I grab my little map to find out this very first game this morning, Thursday. What do we got? Swiss, Scotland. Mate, it's up on rink 3. Scotland are playing Norfolk in the men's. And Oh, rink 15. Scotland playing the Philippines in the women's. So that's next door there. So, look at that. I can actually see a scoreboard there. Okay. Philippines won the first set, and Scotland are leading 4-3 in the second set. And that is the women's match against the Philippines. But the men's, I won't be able to get you up because that's on rink 3, which is 22 miles up the road. It's so far away. We haven't got, we can't sight that one.
Oh, Robbie can see it.
Can you see 3? Oh, yeah, we might be able to get it for you, mate.
So here is Selina Goddard, her third bowl, one down on the head, leading 3-2. Needs to get down to the Karen Murphy bowl, trying hard to, but needs to be that inside that line. And, well, in most cases you'd have the shot there, wouldn't you really, Bruce?
Yes.
And for Selina Goddard, with her last bowl, there's not many shot options on, is there really?
Not at all. I mean, and for the sake of the game, Karen would love that jack to be moved probably a foot to the left. And but has to be very careful that it doesn't go too far. And now I saw a comment here. Why is the format of the World Bowl Champion of Champions played in 3 sets, 5 ends, and has it always been played over 5 ends per set? No. World Bowls opted to go in this format with when they had their meetings, and they've opted to go this way. It's a decision of World Bowls why they did this. I wasn't privy to the World Bowls meeting, but that's just the way it is.
It's fair to say, in years gone by, there's been a number of formats played in this World Champion and Champion singles. I can't remember the last time it was held, of course, in Australia was when Taylor Bruce won the women's, and the Englishman won the
one set all.
The Englishman won the men's, and I'm pretty sure that was a set format as well. But
right,
may have been more ends, can't remember. But there has been a number of various options, as Selina Goddard now on the mat, on the backhand, trying to get down to one down on the head, leading 3-2. Lost the first set to Karen Murphy, and is not going to have the weight to get all the way down. It'll be another one to Karen Murphy. We're all locked up.
Locked up 3-all.
3-all now becomes for Selina Goddard. This last end here at 3 apiece is I either stay in the game or I'm gone.
Yep.
Sure, they'll be playing a third set, but as far as the match is concerned, it all relies on what happens on this end. Remembering Karen Murphy winning the first set 8-3,
yes,
and now locked up 3 each in this the second set. And you know, the great thing about this match is we're seeing, I think, the really high quality of the draw play of both of these players. And from the Australians' point of view, watching Karen Murphy play, who hasn't been playing a lot of bowls recently, has really lost none of her class.
She's still doing all right.
Yeah, she's still.
Stevie, you asked about that. What I could see there, what I said before, was in the ladies, you've got someone standing smack bang in front of the scoreboard. So there was one set to the Philippines, but Scotland were leading. But looking back over at Robbie managed to get over there. It's 1 set all in the ladies, in the men's over on ring 3. And they're on the first end of their last set. There we go. I'll just get that. There we go. And Philippines won the first set, and it's 4-all in the second set with Philippines and Philippines and Scotland on 15. Yep.
So Karen Murphy holding the shot here on this final end of the second set. Remembering Murphy winning the first set 8-3. Holding shot here, Jack level. Selina Goddard's first bolt just drifted through. Coming down now towards the Jack and centre line as Selina Goddard needs to get the Jack. Just slides by again.
Was a bit remiss there. Someone asked a question how the young Turkish girl is going next door. It's where have we got? Yes, they're playing this Swiss team. It's 1 set all, and Turkey leads 1-0 in the third set. And you asked, it says here, I watched her in the champs last week and was told she'd only been playing bowls a month. No, she's been playing bowls 12 months. But she's picked it up pretty quick to become the national champion. And, you know, she's... when I first saw her, I thought, geez, there's a young kid out here playing bowls. It turns out she's 26.
So, Selina Goddard, is she going to draw it behind the Jack? May well, thank you, Robin Walker, College of Knowledge of the chairman of the board of North Harbour. The last World Champions was played at Nainai in Wellington.
Yep. There it is, yep.
Sam Tolshard of England, I think, won the men, and of course Taylor Bruce won the women, and Taylor Bruce is the player that Selina beat in the national finals this year to be here at North Harbour, indoor at Orewa. Now, I'm not going to say the score because Robin Walker might tell me I've got it wrong, but I thought it was 21-20. There's a guess anyway, all right.
You talk about Taylor being in awe of Kelsey Cottrell and watching her and got a photo with her. A lovely story about that Coco Gauff.
Correct, absolutely.
Who was seen dancing in the grandstands, and they took a photo of her, or a video of her dancing when Serena Williams won a title, and she was this young girl standing up there and dancing to the tune that they played. And here she is now. She's many years later. She's won the championship over there. Fantastic.
We had the pleasure in New Zealand last year of her coming to a tournament around Christmas time, just after Christmas holiday break, and she came over to New Zealand and played, and was absolutely fantastic. Took in all the sights of Auckland. I think she had a father with her or some family members with her, and took in all the sights of Auckland and got out and about and met the people, and yeah, tremendous. Now, perhaps Selina Goddard doesn't have the shot in, because if she's got the shot, she's got the set, why would she play it? Oh, no, there it is, clear.
No,
sorry.
Thank
you, Robbie.
Fancy Karen's bowl there.
So, got to draw the shot.
Oh, it's starting to duck early, is it not?
It's ducking early, needs to get to the green bowl. Now, got to have the weight to be able to get that. That's, on that premise, that's match, really. And Karen Murphy will win this second set.
Morning, Timmy. Talking about you this morning. We were with a couple of people just talking about people who love going on cruises. And I said, we've got Timmy Phillips who just loves cruising.
Certainly good. Certainly great. And so it's important now for Selina Goddard, although the match is gone. She's leading her section now, though, Bruce, that she gets a set.
Yep, that's right.
And she's going to lose the match point, but getting the set,
get 1 point for a set at least,
is exceptionally important as we work our way down to the quarterfinals, which will be played tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. Robbie might know this, because how the woman is structured. There's only 3 sections.
Yeah, they're getting it third place getter, but there's a formula they were trying to work out not last night, the night before, as to work out what formula to get
the other 2.
To get the other 2, and it's the best place thirds, people running third, but how they got there, and I said to Neil Dalrymple from World Bowls, I said, "Why don't you put the names in a hat? It's got to be so much simpler."
So this set then becomes important, doesn't it?
Oh, very important in the whole context of Selina being up there with up top up there. Yeah, Timmy, congratulations, 1,000 audience that we got up to, but that was mainly for Robbie's birthday, mate.
Well, yeah, and perhaps that threat of jumping out of the cake that still seems to be present.
Threat of Brian jumping out of a cake, yeah. Yeah, bunny ears.
Just going to go by the jack. Does Karen Murphy
Run through, yeah.
Selina Goddard bowls sitting jack level. The green this morning, Bruce, just seemed to be running a wee bit freer.
Yeah, well, he mowed it this morning.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he did a mow. I don't think he rolled it after he mowed it. I didn't see him out there on the roller. I just saw the mower.
Another good bowl here from Selina.
I did, yeah.
Sits in front of the jack.
Well, there's a little pop there to come back to Karen's green bowl.
Well, there's a lesson there for bowlers watching Karen Murphy play. Although she hasn't got the results she wanted, that's the hand that she's been playing all the time. Yes, there's a shot option available on the other hand, but she's got the confidence on that hand. And I'm sure now you'll see Goddard come down behind this green bowl trying to get a bit of cover, because if the jack with the weight that Karen just played would pop out to that side of the rink. And remembering, of course, as we said, Karen Murphy already won the first two sets, and it's imperative that Selina Goddard gets a set.
Yep, gets that. She need, even if it's a sake of
quicker here's Murphy going for the double split. Crash onto both. How's this?
Now,
there's the spot, and Murphy will own the spot.
She'll own it, and she'll also...
Oh, well and truly own it.
Yeah. But she'll also own it by virtue, I think, that bowl there that came down, that stopped, and that became the...
That's two shots.
Yeah, has she marked the toucher?
It was definitely a toucher.
Yeah, which I think it was that one there.
It stayed up on the green.
Yeah, but I think it stayed up the one at 2 o'clock from memory.
Jack right on the 2 metre mark now, as you'll see, and you'll see one bowl and a green bowl in front, one behind. That's the shot. Selina Goddard's got to come round the front of those. You'll see those short bowls up in front there on the camera. And she's got to come around past it. How's the weight? Oh, this is no.
Come on, don't pull up now.
No. I think she could be 3 down, Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, out come the fingers.
Yeah, I do my finger measure on the screen, which
Robbie doesn't like.
Well, he got sick of me using the tape because I was scratching it. Yeah.
Well, Selina Goddard, Bruce, would have to be disappointed with that last bowl, wouldn't she?
Oh, yeah.
That's I've not been critical of her, but at all. But there was about 6 feet there, really, wasn't there? And to fall short on it, you are going to pay the price, and a vital price, to especially against a player the quality of Karen Murphy, and where you're trying to make sure that you win a set yourself to sort of hold your spot.
There we go. And short. Yep. Billy Taylor there, the umpire, coming out doing the measuring there.
Oh, that was a well-played shot. That was her first attacking shot right throughout the whole match, Bruce, wasn't it? That bowl, and got the split result, got the inside of one bowl, straight onto the other bowl, moved the jack, and sign of they're champion shots.
Stevie, yes, there has been. There's been one on the televised rink and one next door to the televised that we know of. So that's 2 we know of wrong biases in this. And it was quite funny. The one on our rink was that
the Japanese girl.
And because she got to the mat And then she stood off the mat and asked a question of the marker,
She did
and then
too.
got back onto the
back on.
mat and
Correct.
then swapped a hand and completely forgot. It's. But had she have got on the mat and played the shot she was originally going to play, it would have been a good bias. But she changed after she got on and off and on and had asked a question, and then never mind, it happens.
So I said Nick Twining, he thought he saw Bruce jump out of a cake.
Saw Brian jump out of a cake once in a lime green mankini. Looked twice to figure out it wasn't Brian at all. You're not wrong, Nick. It wasn't Brian at all. And there goes my night's sleep, thinking of Brian in a mankini.
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks, Nick. That's the end of me for the day, mate. Goodness me. Running through.
So the big thing to the mindset now for Selina Goddard is I've got to score a single every end. That's
correct.
That's really don't hunt for shots. I have to score a single. I've got to get hold of the mat, and I've got to score a single every end.
I've got to win it and start afresh on the end after end after end for the next couple of ends, and she's got to get the shot and retain the mat.
Yes, and it's we know that might sound quite easy to do, but playing against a player of the Queen of the Greens, Karen Murphy, that's it. He's got that kick out again just there, coming back now. But it's just
I'm going to go out and have a look at that, see what's up there.
There's a bit of a kick out there.
Robbie's shilling might have fallen out the corner of his hanky when he set the camera up there this morning.
Thank you, Karen. There was a spectator there in front of the camera, and Karen Murphy kindly encouraged the spectator to move.
Yeah, very experienced and very wary of the camera, and on numerous occasions. We did a development squad thing that Karen had put on down at Broadbeach, and I remember hearing Karen speaking to the kids when they were going to do the games, and she said, "Now, you got cameras here. Make sure that you are." And she's aware. She's got awareness of what's going on there, and she even lets the other kids know. And that was a great tournament down there. That we had a ball down there at Broady.
One of the things that we've done now in New Zealand, Bruce, with the cameras, is we actually put a mark out on the green.
Oh, okay. Yep.
On the Murphy here about to draw the shot again.
Yeah, we should do that because people are getting sick of Robbie hitting them with a hunk of 4B2.
Yeah, on the TV, we just put a couple of lines there and just talk to the skips or players before the match and say, well, this is...
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Robbie's talking some very technical stuff here.
He wants a speaker now out there so he can talk to them. Goodness. That was... now, we were talking about Karen playing the same line. I mean, she's got the opportunity to come here and cut under that bowl at 2 o'clock there.
Drops under that bowl would be close to getting the shot, wouldn't it? But how far is this going to come back from that point?
Yeah, it's not coming back. It's on the wrong side of it, I feel.
Well, she gets past it clean.
Oh,
but
lovely bowl. How wrong was I?
But does it have the weight? Applying down in front of us here. Oh, may well do. I think out comes a measure very early, I think, from Selina. No, straight away.
Yeah.
Karen's indicated that is the shot to Selina, that last bowl. Now measuring for a second shot, which Karen's bowl, they'll go to the measure, is directly behind the jack. And out comes the tape on that. And by goodness, is that 2?
Yeah.
It is 2.
It is 2.
Let's see the marker put the 2 shots up.
I see next door we've got playing the young Turkish girl there. We've got Marianne Kunzel. We feature her in our last match today. She's playing Namibia. We've got some great games. We've got Craig Hurry from Czechia. up against Ed Morris from England, and we've got Eric Grensel from Israel playing Ann Nunes. So, or Nunes, I should say.
Well, Ann Nunes has been that section. She's been a standout player, although she's dropped a game. But when we're talking about these two combatants out in front of us right now, she's defeated both of them in the round robin play to date. So it's a good opening bowl from Selina Goddard. Remembering, of course, Selina winning a set is so important. I'm not sure Robbie may know what game Selina's got left to play today.
Have a look,
because they'll all become important to that quarter-final berth. Oh, look at Karen Murphy, though, not to be outdone. Just draws to the centre line in behind the jack.
I can't find a game.
So is this the last game for Selina Goddard?
Yeah, I can't find
Well, this set becomes...
hang on, beg your pardon. The third game today. No, that's men's, sorry. That's men's. New Zealand plays Macau. Yeah.
So a set here, and this becomes paramount, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I know it plays the Cook Islands, sorry.
Here we go. Women's Section 3, Cook Islands versus New Zealand. Third game. Yes.
And Australia plays Kenya. And, of course, the American, they were the three. When I looked on the table, they were locked on the same points. It all came down to... But it's now about to change.
Stevie Borthwick has said, should umpires not measure? Well, no, not the umpires. It's up to the players if they would like the measurer, the marker to measure. That's fine. Sometimes the players like to do it themselves if they don't feel confident. And even if the measurer doesn't feel confident of measuring, you've got some, and I'm not denigrating them, but you have some older people who find it difficult to get down there and get back up again. Sometimes it's better. The players prefer to do it themselves, but not the umpire. The umpire only call when there's I think when you put there, should umpires not measure, I think you meant should the markers not measure.
Well, it's discretion of the players, really, isn't
that's
it?
Right.
Most... I know in days gone by that the players can normally agree beforehand that we'll do our own measuring, and we've got that Robin. Yes, it is the Cook Islands that Selina will play this later on today.
Well, next door's finished, Turkey and Switzerland. So they're starting to get through them. So we had our first two ends on this game. I beg your pardon. First two sets took an hour and 1 minute. So
which was longer than yesterday, wasn't it?
It was longer than yesterday. Yeah. But the first thing I'm going to do as soon as we finish this broadcast, I want to go out and have a look at what's on the green there that's caused those both bowls of Karens.
There's definitely a kick there, isn't there?
There's a kick out there. And
I'm surprised here Goddard's playing.
Hi, Shep. How you going, mate?
The shot that she's playing here, trying to get... Well,
she needs to straighten off that.
Straighten off that. Whether the jack level bowl, I'm looking out the window here, and it is one to
Karen.
Yeah, so that was surprising how she played that shot, really. One would have thought down the V, down the port possibly to get to it. May have been a better percentage option.
Good morning, Joshua Beattie, mate. How are you? Hi, lads. Oh, Troy. Troy Jamison. So, what don't we know today? Oh, Mate, you want it alphabetical or numerical?
Murphy, and she's out on that safer side, rightly so. She's got the game, got the sets, 2 sets to love.
Yeah.
Holding the shot, doesn't need to really play the gambling game.
Yep. Yeah.
And there the marker clearly indicates it is 1 to the Australian to Karen Murphy, and this the third set, remembering that Karen Murphy won the first set 8-3 and the second set 4-3 in this very important women's singles match.
James, don't know who won. As soon as I saw you come up there, I got the binoculars out to read the scoreboard up there, and they've turned the numbers over. Sorry, mate, I can't tell.
So they're now playing up towards us in the clubhouse. We'll see what hand Karen Murphy goes to, because this is where we've seen. So she's out on that forehand side, and we'll see whether the bowl gets in what I call the kick line.
Yeah. It's out a bit further than that where that kicks.
Yeah, so really what we're saying is the longer length, when you get that longer length jack, is you are see her out wider, you're right.
John McMonigal. Nice to see Stevie Borthwick asking a question. He's the current Scottish pairs champion.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations there, Stevie Borthwick. Oh, lovely bowl here coming in.
It is.
Hold your line and you've got it, Selina.
Right to the jack. Touch up, right to the jack. 4-2 as we play in 4 of 5. So Goddard, of course, would dearly like to go into this, the last end at least tied up, all square, get a chance of scoring a single to win the set. Karen Murphy again coming down. Has it got the weight to get to the shot bowl? 1 roll. But, of course, second shot, what it does do, Bruce, just makes getting those 2 shots that more challenging, doesn't it?
Very challenging, yeah.
Just cuts the area down, the space down of where you can get to. I would say she played a good bowl with the first there. If she gets inside the jack high green bowl, who knows, it might be in a shot position.
Yeah, she's...
I'm surprised she's deliberating so much on, because there's not many options there for her. She's got shot.
At all. Yep. She'd like to pull off a shot like Karen did the other couple of events ago, where she just came through and swung around and sat the jack, and just going behind there.
I think it's fair to say, Bruce, that certainly Karen Murphy is not playing in the international arena now, but you know the old comments, class is permanent.
Oh, that's right.
Is certainly. Look at this coming down now. Look at this bowler. Murphy's coming down to the jack. Will it get to the jack? No, it won't.
Needed to turn probably 3 or 4 inches in, and it would have been a nice pick up there, because that would have taken that back to that left-hand side bowl. Yeah.
So from Selina Goddard's where ideally you want to try and get 2 shots this in, and you don't want to leave a lean bowl for Karen Murphy to work off with her last. Good attempt here, though, from Selina Goddard. How's the weight as it comes down? Has it got enough to get to the jack here? No, it won't. But to me, the issue there that brings to Karen Murphy, gives her a clear guide off the mat, doesn't it, Bruce, to that, from where we're sitting here.
Just
gives a perfect view for Murphy as she makes her way back to the mat. I see your husband Paul out there. He's on the phone. Must be trying to get the odds at Shell Harbour.
in the orange, the yellow shirt there.
Yeah, there he is.
Yep.
Loves the sport, does Rocky. Is this going to hold long enough? Here's what we were talking about, leaving that hole, and exactly what you said to that bowl.
To that bowl, yep.
That's exactly what you were saying, Bruce. And just left that hole there to be able to work down towards the jack. Karen leading 4-2.
Yeah, beautiful bowl.
Oh, wait,
It's about time these players start listening to you and I.
Well, I think the big lesson there, though, for people, Bruce, is to watch. Here it is again.
Yeah, look at this.
This weight control and line control is always in the target area.
Yeah.
So for people sitting at home with younger bowlers, there you see it, the class of a player who's got the confidence of knowing exactly where she needs to be on the green, what weight, doesn't need to charge at 100 miles an hour.
No.
And
she delivered the bowl and she held her position off the mat until the bowl had finished. And soon as, because she knew where it was going, and as soon as it did what it had to do, she stood up and said, yes, how good's that?
So big lesson there for bowlers, holding 3 shots now as Murphy leading 4-2. Of course, as we play Ian, we're playing Ian 4 or 5, and ideally Selina Goddard needs to win a set, coming down, trying to get to contact to her own front grey bowl, coming into the target area. Won't be far away. She'll get a touch on something. May not get the ultimate results. Still 2 down. Needed to get a flick off the inside of one of those, really, Bruce, to career down to the jack. Didn't it? Would be 2, I'd say, to Murphy. Take it to 6-2.
Yes, 6-2, yes.
And I don't want to, I'm not in any way knocking our New Zealand player, but look, at the end of the day, Karen Murphy is just showing, as we said before, class is permanent.
Yeah.
And she's certainly got it, hasn't she?
In spades. She's great. I'm not too sure, Fuzz, what sort of bowls Karen's using. As one comes down, comes to rest, I'll get Robbie to zone in on it. Tony Bennell. Hi, Tony.
She could more than likely use anything.
She could use a house brick and get them close. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Still class. There we go.
There we go. Dreamline XG's Henselite. There we go. And they are, what's that, 3 heavyweights. Expire in 2030. Anything else you'd like to know about them? They're... we can even get you the serial number.
And as Robbie just said to me then, and they know where the jack is.
Yeah, do they what? Yeah, they got a little homing device in there.
I think going forward, though, in this event, Bruce, this will be a big booster for Karen Murphy, really.
Yeah.
You know, after the loss to the American lady last
night, yeah.
And now getting this one, there'll be a change of leader, no doubt, within that section. And I think, we've all seen Karen Murphy play enough bowls that she's a real confidence player. She lives on that. She lives on the line of all goes type thing. And although she is a lot more, she was always a great person to play against, but she's in a far more relaxed mode now. The world champs are over, of course, and her role there's finished. But she's still a champion that wants to be, like all champions, they want to be on the dais, don't they?
Oh, too right. Too right.
So this being the last in, and the likelihood of Selina Goddard securing a much-needed set.
Very hard to get a 4 on the last end. Stranger things have happened, but really with the way Karen's playing.
I think that comment there from Owen Taylor really, Bruce, sums up Karen Murphy pretty well, doesn't it?
Oh, too right. Too right. Yes, lovely lady to boot.
And Selina Goddard is going to be short. Look at those 3 bowls of Karen Murphy's here, really. They're all...
1, 2, 3. Yep.
Well, not that I'm playing now, but if I could get 3 like that close in a day, I'd be quite...
That's right.
I'd be reasonably happy.
Oh, stay on the right side of this, Gaz.
Just goes past the bowl, but the weight on the 4 bowls has all been absolutely perfect. So here is Selina Goddard now with will be the last bolt of this match. We'll see Karen Murphy with a W next to her name, and a bit of work to do now for Selina Goddard. Remember, she's got the Cook Islands left to play later on today, but, well, Bruce, I think we've seen, this morning how good Karen Murphy still is.
Now, she's got to play Cook Island, which is Tiakotai Jim, one of the Jim sisters there, Tiakotai. She was the one that Karen came up against and had a draw.
Two draws.
Two draws and a win, and then Karen won the third set.
The very first game up on the first women's game up on the top green there. So she's going to be a formidable opponent for Selina Goddard.
Oh yes.
Karen Murphy now can sort of like breathe a bit easier after getting that win. And you've got that game later on today, haven't you?
Well, she's built up points, which is
correct.
The win plus the set.
Which you would think would put her at the top of the...
That should put her up the top there. Yeah, so Karen Murphy, 9-2 in the third, winning the first 8-3, the second 4-3, and now 9-2 in the third. Congratulations to Karen. And thanks, Kevin, for jumping in there and joining us with the call. It's fantastic to have you here.
Well, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to do one of our New Zealand games, and I just hope as the event progresses that we'll see New Zealand in the knockout phase, and who knows, we may be back on again with a Kiwi, New Zealand, Australia.
Could well be.
Trans-Tasman bout.
Could well be. So, ladies and gentlemen, we... next game set down for 10:15, is it? About 10:05, they reckon. They've come and seen Robbie. So 10:05, and look, thank you very much to Tourism and Events Queensland and Major Events Gold Coast, Club Robina, where they're being held, Club Helensvale, who supports, and Club Robina. We've got the Gold Coast-Tweed District Bowls Association, ACET Sport and Niagara. But thank you very much for all the participants and all our the volunteers out there are doing a wonderful job. We thank you very much. Pick it up on Facebook, YouTube or Instagram. They're on all the platforms there. We thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen, and we shall be back probably about half an hour, 35 minutes, and look forward to the next game, which I have just put away inadvertently, which is Craig Hurry from Czechia up against Edward Morris of England, and that should be another good game. So enjoy your bowls, support your club, and we'll say bye for now. Bye.